Hello, and thank you for joining me today. Well, this is the Thursday, August 29th edition of our video devotionals, and we appreciate you being with us today, and I do hope your Thursday is going well. We're going to jump into it kind of quick today here. We're going to be in John chapter 10, verse 9, just the one verse, so find that if it is your custom. We appreciate everybody who watches the videos. We thank you for the interactions we have. I will give you a little prayer update or a prayer request here. We've been praying for a gentleman who is actually there's two folks that are I guess you'll call them, they're engaged to get married, and one of them has had health issues with his back. Well, he's finally got maybe some answers. He's going to be having surgery next Friday, not tomorrow, but next Friday on his back in Greensboro, here in North Carolina. And if you could pray for him, and pray this is going to be a solution to his problem. And he's a very active man, being very active, and all of a sudden he's kind of come almost to a screeching halt with his back. So let's pray for him, if you will, okay? All right, so John chapter 10, verse 9 says this. This is Jesus speaking. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved. Let's just stop there. That's real. That's just real absolute. It's so much the truth that there's no way to actually debate this as to whether or not there is a concrete truth here that everyone could accept. Jesus is the only way, as we use the term, to heaven. He's the only way to be right with God in the sense of becoming a child of God, in the sense of being reconciled to God, being forgiven, and all of that. So the wording here, it says this, he shall be saved. And we know saved from eternal destruction. There is a place called hell, like there's a place called heaven, like I'm in Archdale, but there's a place where our church is. It's called High Point, North Carolina. Nobody questions that. You see it. And many people here locally, of course, know High Point. There's no arguing that. It is what it is. Well, you know what? Hell is what it is. Heaven is what it is. And the only way into heaven is through Jesus. And you're going to be saved from that eternal destruction. So that's very important here. So he says, I am the door. So I like that. But what I want to emphasize here, though, is the very next phrase that's connected there. And shall go in and out and find pasture. So John 10 is about, the sheep and the shepherd, of course. It speaks about the door to the sheepfold. But this pasture situation, all right? Well, I'm sitting here in our house, and I'm looking out the big picture window we have here, and I'm looking at what used to be a pretty large pasture for my grandfather's horses. And it's a pasture. Well, that pasture served, one purpose was for feeding, okay? The other, it was a place of protection. In other words, it had a fence around it so that they wouldn't get out in the road or wander off and all of that. So it was a place of protection, a place of feeding, kind of a place of comfort. It's something they was always used to. And usually within that pasture, it's basically about walking around, feeding, and just a place of, I guess you can call it security or comfort, whatever you want to call it. And I think when you think about this analogy, this picture of a pasture, isn't it great that not only are we saved from the destruction and from being separated from God as far as that goes, but how about this idea of a pasture, the idea that God feeds us and takes care of us, and we have a comfort there. You ever, especially if you're a country person, you go down the road and you see pastures, just something beautiful about that. And you look and you can see cows or horses or sheep, goats, whatever. And it's just something, I don't know, just comforting and peaceful and enjoyable about it. And I guess country people maybe understand more than others. And I believe there's people that can live in the city, they can get out in the country and see that, see pictures of it, think, man, it's just something serene about that, and it is. But you know what, when it comes to Jesus, we got in through him, thank God for that, but we got to live our lives. And as we live our lives, God says it's like you being in the pasture. You're fed, you're comforted. There's something serene and peaceful about being in God's will and knowing he's taking care of us and we're actually in the fold, so to speak. So I just wanted to just pass along to you a reminder that we are his sheep. We're the sheep of his pasture. And not only is he the one who takes care of the sheep, but he takes care of the pasture too. And that feeding is God's responsibility to us. And he gives us such a delightful life when we live for him. So just remember, we shall go in and out and find pasture. Isn't that great? And thank the Lord for that. Well, we're going to stop right there. Hope you have a great day, safe day, healthy day, Lord willing. We'll see you tomorrow on the last day of the work week and school week. Thank you for watching.